Hey guys, I'm here for day 2 of the WordPress tutorial. Thanks for coming and checking it out. Today I'm going to talk about making a home page, and I'm going to give a couple of examples and yeah, just kind of show you a little bit of how to build one. I don't want to do like too long of a tutorial because I want you guys to stay with me, but I will, kind of break it down for you. Building a homepage, it takes a while because that's like kind of your main hub where people are going to come and find out who you are, and then you're going to have links to other parts of your page. So yeah, that's kind of like your homepage is kind of like your main capture page where you're going to hopefully keep people on your site and find out more about you and what you have to offer. So I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. It's actually like 6:45 a.m. right now while I'm filming this. I'm filming it before I go to my school job, so gotta have a sip of coffee every once in a while, right? All right, so I'm gonna start by showing you a couple examples. So I'll show you my home page for my hiking site. So this one I actually built with the Aveda theme. So we are gonna first go in, before we start building a page, we're gonna choose a theme, because the theme that comes with, that like normally is installed when you first install WordPress, it's like a generic theme and you don't really have a lot of options with it, and it doesn't really end up looking very nice and professional. So it's nice to choose a different theme so that you have more styling options, and a lot of them, which I'll show you later, even have like templates that you can use to make it a lot easier. So yeah, so this one is actually a paid theme, but I am gonna show you a free theme that I found that's actually like pretty good and has a lot of options. So yeah, this is my homepage here. You can see I have this menu at the top that links to all the other pages that I have, like my About Me page, my blog, hiking trails, Write for Us page, hiking events, and contact. And then I have a little search bar here too. And then, yeah, every page usually starts with a nice big cover photo. This one's actually like a sliding one. So there's like 3 different pictures that scrolls through. And then you scroll down here, I've got my recent posts. It populates 6 of my blog posts. And then it just has like a little couple sentences here to get people seeing the first little bit of the blogs, and then they have to click on it to see more. And yeah, then I have a YouTube plugin so that I could add one of these YouTube videos. And then I have my Instagram plugins so that people can see my latest Instagram posts. I think I went over it in the last tutorial about plugins and stuff, and I would think I showed you guys this page already. But yeah, so then at the bottom, here's the footer with a few different options. And if I go here and I actually go to that page, my home page, I can kind of show you, I'll just show you briefly what the Aveda theme, how you build it. Home. So if we go in here, so with Aveda theme, they have this thing called Fusion Builder, and this is how you build your site. So it's all these different containers that you add, which I really like. It's organized really nice. But I will be showing you the regular block editor that WordPress comes with. It's kind of similar, but this one's just like a little fancier and has more options. So yeah, each part of my page is sectioned in a container. So this slider, it's called, that's one container. Then I have my recent posts in the next container. So right here, I added my recent posts. And so yeah, I'm not going to go too much into it because I am not going, unless you actually really want to get a Veda theme, then we can chat and I can help you out if you're having any issues with it. But yeah, I want to stick to giving you guys a free option for this tutorial, but I just wanted to show you this one too because I really do like it. Yeah, so recent post container, then I have my YouTube container. I put a little header here for trail report videos. Check out Lower Mainland Hikers on YouTube, and then I put the actual YouTube video on there. Then another container for introducing people to my Instagram. And then the footer stuff is all like when you do, so that's for the home page. If you have the footer like this is actually done in your widgets. So appearance widgets. Yeah, so in appearance widgets is where you do all that footer stuff. So I have my 3 different footers here. And yeah, you basically use these widgets on the side to decide what you want to put in there. So I found Facebook page plugin over here, so I dragged it over. See, like drag these elements over like that, and then it'll add it to the footer. I'm not going to add that because I don't want to do that. But yeah, that's how footers work. So I wanted to briefly tell you about that because it is separate from where you're building your home page. So yeah, that's one example. And then what I'm going to show you today in my test site here. So first, let's change the theme. I already did because I was playing with it the other day. So you go to Appearance, Themes, and yeah, so I think it's the 2017 is like the generic one that they have installed right away that doesn't have much to it. So I went and found this theme called Neve. And basically all you have to do is you come to themes and you'll see this button here where it says add new theme. You click on that and then you just search for it. So I just searched for Neve, N-E-V-E, and then I found it and I activated it. So it's already activated, so I'm not going to click it right now, but yeah, you just click activate and now your theme is changed. So yeah, we'll start with that. Then I will show you this page that I started building so you can see what kind of elements I'm going to show you. Okay, preview. So this is what I started building the other day, so I could just kind of find a few elements to show you guys. So yeah, if you're going to build something from scratch and you want something basic, then you can use the block editor and just add some elements, which is, yeah, I think it's good for when you're just starting out and you just want to get something up there for people to see. So I started by putting this cover photo, which I'll show you how to do, and added my name and a little tagline about what I do. And then I started by saying who I am, and then gave a little blurb, and then learn more, which would take someone to an About Me page. So yeah, the elements that you add on your homepage is really just going to depend on what you are here to offer people. So as you saw on my hiking page, I didn't have like an about me section because the hiking page is there to attract people to find out more about hikes and to read my blog. So it's more of like a blog site and just ways to get them to my other social media platforms as well. So, but with something like this where you're promoting services or something, then you definitely want to lead people to your about me page because people need to know who you are and why they should, you know, choose you to work with. So yeah, I did a couple columns here. I put a little picture, a little blurb, and then a button. So I'll show you how to do those. And then I did a little section after about what I do. And then it would lead to like a services page where you would have like a list of your packages and the pricing. And then, yeah, and then it's good to add testimonials as well. So I just populated some basic little testimonials with headings. Like these all have headings too. So I'll show you exactly what I did there. And then I will show you how to get rid of some of these things on the side here, like Stephanie Awesome website, because we don't want that. We want our like homepage to be nice and clean. You could always add like a logo over here instead if you had a logo. So I will show you how to do that with the customizer later. So let's start by building a basic home page like I did here. So what I did is you go to pages, add new. All right, so we've got a nice fresh page here. And this is what the editor looks like here. It is in blocks, kind of similar to the theme I showed you with Aveda. But yeah, like I said, not as fancy, not as many options. So first you're gonna add a title, and this is gonna help populate what your website URL is gonna look like. So I'm just gonna do home page for now. Oops. And then now I'm gonna choose a block. Okay, I'm just gonna get out of that one. So I'm gonna click, when you're in your first block here, you click the plus sign, and then these options will come up. So there's most used, there's common blocks. So these are like the general blocks people use. Paragraph is where you would do like some typing in there. Image, that's self-explanatory. Heading is when you're kind of splitting up your page with headings, which is good to do. If you need to add a list, so if you need to add some sort of file or audio, a quote, a video. So there's a few options with this. Formatting, this is when you're doing coding. So if you know how to do custom coding, you can do that. You can add a table. Then there's different layout options like using columns, which I'll show you how to do, and buttons, and grouping things or putting a page break. And then you can actually add some of the widgets in here. Like if you wanted to add your contact form, if you wanted to add like a little calendar, like if you had like a list of events coming up, you can add a calendar and show things on your calendar. Latest posts. So once you have some blog posts, you can start like I did in the hiking page where you could have like a few of them showing right on your homepage to attract people to your blog. Embeds, so yeah, adding YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. all that kind of stuff, and various other things. Amazon Kindle, if you have like an Amazon book. And yeah, and then testimonials, which I'll show you how to do. And Google Maps. So if you have like a building, like your business has like an actual physical location, then you can put like a Google map so people know where to find you. So yeah, there's quite a bit of options. And yeah, you kind of gotta play with it for a bit. Like creating your pages and stuff isn't just gonna be like smooth sailing and you're just gonna be like, bam, here it is. Um, unless you're using a template, which I'll show you later. But yeah, so you gotta kind of be patient and play with some of the settings and see how it looks. So let's start by adding a cover photo. So we'll click the plus sign here on the block, and then we're gonna choose cover. This is our website cover photo. Then we're gonna upload, and I'm gonna just use the same picture I used for the example I showed you. And yeah, another thing is if you don't have like really nice photos, like say you don't have like a good quality camera, like I don't. So there's actually websites you can go where you can find some really good quality photos that people have like just willingly shared that people can use, like royalty free, and you don't have to worry about any like copyright issues. So I actually go to a site called Unsplash. So I get a lot of good photos from there. Obviously, you're going to want some of your own photos too for certain aspects, like, you know, about me, I'm going to want a picture of myself. But when you want like, but that's fine, like if you don't have the best quality photos for like smaller photos on your website, but if you have like a big photo, like for a cover photo like this site has, you're going to want something good quality. Otherwise, it's going to look like pixelated. So yeah, you basically just search here like in different categories. So I had looked up like laptop for that one and found like a nice one with a desk. So to use, it's probably in here somewhere, but yeah, you kind of get the point here. You would just save one of these, or maybe you want like a nice nature background. You could use like ocean. So yeah, lots of options here. I would recommend that site if you need some good quality photos. Anyway, moving on. So when you do this cover option, now you have now it automatically puts like this little text block where you can add some text. So for this one, just did Stephanie Kovich. Then it goes to the little tagline. And then I put freelance digital marketer. And then you can see here, there's like some options here. So I don't want this over here. So I'm going to click this text alignment, center that. So yeah, always play with these options and see what they are. I can bold it. I can italicize it. I have to italicize. I could add a link if I wanted to, so it links somewhere. And then some other coding options. And then also on the sidebar here, you do have some more options as well. So I could change like the color over here. Oh, okay, so that's for background color. I don't want that. Clear. But I could, yeah, change the text color. So yeah, there's all these options here. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, so in the block styles, you can actually kind of play with these as well. Like say you want, so block style, you could do like a background overlay if you want. Anyway, yeah, just play with that. So something I want to show you is this padding, the spacing, and the margins, because when you first put this cover photo, I will just show you here what it looks like. It doesn't like stretch out like all the way. And then sometimes when you add your content, like it starts going over in the margins a different way and it just doesn't look really good. So if you click above the cover photo here, on the sidebar here, you'll get these options to change the padding. So the padding is the space around it. So if I want it to just fit in there properly, I will just put this padding down to 0. You can see this cover photo is now stretching out. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so now it's going to be more stretched out, and when I add content below it, it's going to be more lined up. So, and yeah, you can change the margins too. So yeah, you can just kind of play with this stuff. If things aren't looking right, then come click above here and start playing with the spacing and stuff. All right, and then another thing I want to mention is, as you're doing all these edits, do like save draft before you're like don't press publish until you're actually really ready. So just save a draft. You can come back to it. Use this preview button to see what it's going to look like, but don't actually publish it until you're ready. So, and you want to keep that in mind for everything you do on your website, posts and page stuff, because if you're like constantly editing something that's already published, there might be somebody on your website that's looking at a post and say you decided, oh, I want to come back and take this paragraph out, I don't like that. You might actually like ruin the user experience by constantly republishing it and coming back and fixing it. So make sure you're happy with what you have and try not to change it too much. And actually your SEO rating will go down if you keep revising things on your page that are already published, because like Google and the search engines and whatnot are keeping that in mind when they're ranking you, because they know that that's ruining their user experience, especially the more people that are coming to your site. So yeah, just wanted to keep that in mind. Yeah, so let's add a couple other elements here I'll show you. So yeah, now what I have my cover photo, and I'm gonna add a new block. So I'm gonna come here to down to the bottom corner and click this plus sign, and then I'm gonna choose what block I want to use. So in the example that I showed you over here, this is a 2-column block. So I'm gonna click on columns. I'm gonna choose this 2-column one here. And now it's going to give me 2 different areas where I can add stuff. So I'll quickly just add in some stuff here. Image, I'm going to choose an image. Upload. Photo of me. And I can size this however I like. Then the next one, I'm going to just copy this text I already did. So I'm going to click the plus on this other column over here. I'm going to choose paragraph because I'm adding text. And then I'm just going to paste that in. And then as you see here, I have a little learn more button. So when you're linking to other parts of your page, you can actually just go and link highlight some text and add a link to it. But I find like a lot of people seem to miss those links. They don't really stand out a lot. So if you're really wanting someone to go to another part of your page, you're going to want to use a button. It's just like a lot easier for people to find where that link is. So I'll show you how to do that. All right, so I have my paragraph here. I'm in this block, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on these three dots. And what I want to do is I want to add another little block under this. So I'm going to choose this insert after option. So it adds another block below this text in the same column. So now I have a little plus sign here. And I'm going to choose button. If you don't see these options populating, you can also just like search for it. Button. Now I can write learn more. I can add a link. So let's just use stephaniekovich.com. And then over here on the side, I can change the colors and all that stuff. And I can move the button. Maybe I can put it over here, whichever. All right, cool. So that's how you do that. I wanted to show you how you can actually make it so if you don't want the columns to be 50-50, you can actually change that as well. Just trying to find where do you do that again. All right. All right. So I found it. Bear with me here. This isn't my normal theme that I use. So you click on a column and then you come here on the side. It'll say column settings. And you can basically drag it over. So if I want my text to be wider, I can just change the percentage over here. So let's do that. So now that's 70%. Oh, oops. Now we're at 70% for that one. And then the other side is at 30-ish. All right, so we got that. And then for this over here, I basically did the exact same thing, except I put the photo on the right this time and the text on the other side. So I'm not going to show you that because I think you can get that. You basically would just add another set of columns. And then instead you would add your photo here and then your text here. And then the same thing with the button. So let's move on, and I'm going to show you how to do testimonials because that's kind of a common thing that people put on their page. So for this one, I did 3 columns. So plus sign, columns, 3. And then I clicked this, and then I searched for testimonials. I added that. I'm going to add 1 in each column. Okay, so in here we can add some photos. And then I just found like a couple random ones of me. And for the photo here, I went to styles, and I think it looks nicer when you have the circle. And that's more common for testimonials to use a little circle, and then you can make it a little smaller. And you can add another photo. Change this over here under styles to circle. And we'll do one more. Circle. Cool. And then, yeah, then you would just switch this text out to someone else's name. Garb Joe. I don't know. Jedi Master. Then you could just put someone's job title in there. Teacher. And then you put their testimonial in here. You get the point, right? So yeah, that's how you do that. And then, yeah, depending on your page, like you'll probably end up adding more things as you go on, as you build your site and there's more things added to your site, then you might add another thing on your home page that leads to that other page that you just added. So yeah, that's how you use this customizer to really kind of just really add your own elements to it. And then what I'm going to show you briefly is that you can actually, with this theme, Neve, it's pretty cool. You can actually add your own theme. Actually, the first thing I'm going to do quickly is show you that if you want, say I wanted this to be my home page, you actually need to set it as that. And how you would do that is you go into settings, reading, you would choose your home page displays. Right now it automatically sets on your latest posts, but I want to do a static page. So I would choose the Stephanie Kovich one I've already published. So it has to be a published page. When you're done, publish it, come here and you add it home page. Post page, this is where you would, once you have a blog up, you would set this to your blog. And then I would save my changes. And now you will see, if I go to my website, it's going to have this as my home page. Over here is where you would have like a menu, and over here is where you could change it to a logo. And you do that in this customizer here. So when you come into customize, you can actually come and click on the little pencil tool and edit these things. So right here, I have the option to just get rid of this stuff because right now I don't have, like, so you can add a logo here. I don't have one right now, but you do need a site title and a tagline, but you don't need to have it showing. So I'm going to just turn this right off. So that looks cleaner. Then I would hit publish. All right, I'm going to X out of that. Okay, I'm going to come back and just quickly show you how you can use a pre-built like template and make a nice little fancy site. So come back to themes, appearance themes. So yeah, now that I have this Neve theme, it's saying, hey, try one of our ready to use starter sites. So you could come to this site library thing. And then you can just kind of scroll through these. It'll automatically install a thing called Elementor based on whatever one you choose. So yeah, you can just kind of check some of these out, preview. So let's say you really like this style here. All of these elements are things that you want. You can actually even take some of these elements when you start editing it, like if you don't need everything on here. But yeah, this is like really nice, a really nice template that you can just edit. Go back. So, oops. Yeah, and then you would just import it. Import. And then it's going to install all the plugins you need to be able to use this template, the content, the customizer, and all the widgets you need. Now I'm going to add my own content. So yeah, now it has this theme in here with its general settings. And I'm going to now just be able to edit all of this stuff with my own information. Stephanie Kovic. I can change this background. I think I got to click on the top here. You'd have to just kind of play with it. I'm not going to completely show you how to use this one right now. Style. Okay, so here's the image. Now I can change it to what I want. Maybe I'll just use that same one I showed you already. Insert media. So yeah, and then I would just go and I would change this all to my own photos, my own about me. So yeah, that's pretty neat. I actually might use one of these templates for my other website. So yeah, I'm just gonna double check here that I've gone over everything I wanted to go over with you. I think that's probably good. If you have any more questions about homepage and you start building one, let me know. I'm definitely like here to help you. It's not like super easy kind of thing to do, and it takes a little playing around with. But yeah, hopefully this tutorial helped you out and you're feeling a little more confident with going and playing with building your homepage. And then, yeah, tomorrow I will go over building some other pages, some other things I think that you should have on your site, and some tips on that as well. So have a good day, everyone. Thanks for watching.